Hey people, welcome back to our platform. So today let's talk about Finland. Yeah, I'm going to school, so that's the reason you see I'm moving on the road. So let's beat time, right? Okay, there are so many things I want to say in this video. So in case you are thinking of moving to Finland, please make sure you watch the video till the end so you actually understand. The first one I want to mention, or I want us to talk about, is the proof of funds. Now, to those who are moving to Finland up to this time I'm talking to you, I'm talking from the Netherlands. And in case you are still to move to Finland, you should have applied for a visa by now. And of course, your proof of funds should be 6,720 euros. That is in your own personal bank account. And you also have paid your tuition fee depending on the arrangement between you and your university. Right? Okay. Moving further. There is a communique. If you haven't seen it, please make sure you go to Finnish migration website. I'm going to check the link and put it down here so it can help some of you who cannot find it. There is an update on that website, and if you check the website properly, you are going to realize that the amount for proof of funds for international students who intend to move to Finland has been increased. Now, how much is the amount? How much is the previous amount? The previous amount used to be 6,720 euros, right? This is what those who are moving to Finland now has. But the amount you are going to be paying after November 1st is 12,000 euros. Please, I want to emphasize on this, or let's say I'm talking about this because I know many people do not know. Like I always say, JACPA is getting complicated. It's getting very serious now. And so many things, so many details have changed. Immigration has changed. If you even look at some schools, you will realize that the tuition fee has been increased already for 2025 intake. Okay, let's talk about the proof of funds properly. Is it still going to be in your own personal bank account after November? I'm talking about this proof of funds. The answer is simple. It's going to be in your bank account. And even at that, if you want to get a sponsor who can sponsor you, then you will have to show all evidences of how the sponsor got the money, or how you got your money, right? Yeah, that is it, because they are trying to avoid people to say that they have money, whereas the money is not theirs. They understand this technique. So please remember this, from November 1st, 2024, if you are to move to Finland next year, note down that your proof of funds is going to be, for you as a single individual, is going to be 12,000 euros. Okay, let's go back to moving with dependents. Of course, you can always move to Finland with dependents. Many people do not know about this, and that is why I'm here to update you. If you didn't know, Finland is one of the countries where you can immigrate with your family. Yeah, it's one of the countries. And remember, if you are moving as a student with your family, you are the one applying for the residence permit. Remember, you are going to get a residence permit. You are not going to get a visa. What you are getting is a residence permit. Now, you are getting this permit directly from the embassy. And when applying for this permit, you will now put in the other members of your family, your wife, your spouse, your children, okay? Immediate family. Your uncle, your auntie is not your immediate family, so you cannot move with them. You get? Then those of you who are moving with family, you have to legalize your marriage certificate. It's important. Put this into consideration. Now, Cameroonians should understand that the Finnish embassy is in Abuja, Nigeria. It's in Abuja, Nigeria. So, in case you are thinking of moving with family, you have to go to Nigeria. I hope you understand. Okay, we have talked about the part of moving with family. Let's talk about the requirements. Now, for you to apply for schools in Finland, you need to have at least a basic high school qualification, right? A basic high school qualification is enough for you to apply. Maybe your YX certificate, your WASI, your O levels and A levels. Maybe if you have any document, those of you with HND, you can equally apply to Finland. But I will not advise you with HND to be looking at master's degree programs, because sometimes it gets very difficult to get an admission with a master's to get admissions to study a master's program with HND. But sometimes you may still be considered. It just depends on how many students the school is looking at and how many people applied and who was qualified. You understand? Then if you are going for master's, of course, you need your bachelor's degree and the transcript. The transcript must be available. So please put all of this into consideration. Now, we have talked about everything. Then after the admissions, remember, there are 2 intakes now in Finland. The first one, which is the January intake, is not open now. Then the other one, which is still to open, which is almost closed even. Yeah, the other one, which is almost closed, which is supposed to end this September. It is also the joint intake, the joint application. So that one is almost ending. Today, I think today should be 18, or is it 17? It's almost ending. So you cannot apply now. But first thing first, I would like you to put into consideration before even doing the application is make sure you consider your budget. Because I've had cases, people getting admissions to UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and at the end of the day, they write me and they are like, Milton, I cannot pay the tuition fee. I didn't know. I remember someone wrote me a message saying that he applied to Malaysia and realized that the tuition is about 4,000 euros and he cannot pay. In this case, don't apply to anything you cannot afford. Please. It's important because there is no need doing that. If you apply to a school you can't afford, then it means you wasted a lot of your time rather than doing important things. Now, we have talked about this Finland stuff. One advice again before I go. Remember, I have said many times that when you are doing study abroad stuff, do not put your eggs in one basket, right? Don't focus only on Finland. Apply to Finland. If your money is not enough, apply to maybe Slovakia, apply to maybe Czech Republic, apply to maybe Sweden, right? Spread your wings. Don't listen to people telling you, oh, you are going to spend a lot of money for application fee. Oh, you are going to do this. Yes, if you want success, you need to invest. That is the simplest truth about life. If you do not invest, you cannot get success. This is for those who are willing, who are intentional. Do you understand? Because I would love to see many of us here. Look at the environment. You obviously understand you would like to be here, right? So try everything possible to see that you are inside here. Now, there is something also I want you to understand when it comes to this jackpot thing. Remember, one important thing is the European Union now, the laws are changing, right? So you might be looking at Finland before you know, because like I said, so many things have changed. Pathway to PR, how many years you are going to stay to get permanent residency, how the visa procedure, proof of funds, everything has changed. So make sure you always pay attention to the immigration sites. Yeah, the immigration sites, maybe the diplomatic mission website where you are going to do the visa. To those of you who would like to go and give your application to maybe whatsoever person to do it, please make sure you have login details, right? Make sure you have the login details of your application. if someone is applying for your visa, make sure you have the login details. I'm not talking to those of you who are contacting people to do Canada for you, to do Australia for you, and you don't have login details into those websites. Please, it is a very big risk. It is a very big risk, and consider yourself in the case where you reach the immigration point and they ask you for your login details. What are you going to do? Right? What are you going to do? So make sure you collect your login details. It's very important. Make sure you collect them or know them so that you don't feel embarrassed somewhere. Now, we have talked about Finland. I also want to encourage you that applying to vocational schools in Finland should also be one of your main priorities. Now, the reason is because most vocational schools will give you free access to study for free. Yeah, we'll give you access to study for free. That is what I mean by free access. Now, examples are Vamia College. I even have a video about Vamia. There is another video I did about another one, the school that offered a cook program. So put all these things into consideration. Okay, watch more videos and do more of research, because this thing is something you must do research in order to really get it worked. Now, we have talked about vocational schools. Remember, there are two types. The other one is you can apply and move to Finland from outside of Finland. The other category is you must be in Finland to be enrolled in a vocational school, right? Do not forget that when you are applying to universities, your first target should be universities of applied sciences. The reason is simple. They are cheap and affordable. After the vocational schools, which are free, applied science universities are cheap and affordable. Examples are Novia University, Salvonia University, and there are a lot of them, about 10 or 12 or even more. Just check them out and see. Some even offer scholarships. I'm not saying that normal universities in Finland do not offer scholarships. I'm just saying that applying to applied science universities is going to be one of the best decisions, because at least it's affordable. Yeah, and sometimes when you get admissions early, they will even tell you to pay your tuition early so that you get a discount, right? Sometimes when they will even give you a 50% scholarship. So this is one thing you should put into consideration. Please consider this. It's very important.